again, everyone. Welcome back. Okay, Giant fans, here we go. Russell Wilson has been benched, and Jaxson Dart is now starting for the Giants this week against the Chargers. I was saying from the beginning of the year, what was the over and under on Wilson being replaced? Were they going to do what they did to Kurt Warner in 2004 and pull him after a winning record? I think it was 5-3 or 5-4. The Giants had a chance for the playoffs. They brought in Eli Manning and the season collapsed. Well, now the Giants are 0-3 with Russell Wilson, who had his career game last week against the Cowboys, but it seems like everyone's scoring the Cowboys, so how much should we take that into account? Well, here it is, game 4. They brought in Russell Wilson to help develop Jaxson Dart, but he's gone up to 3 games. And with Brian Daboll being on the hot seat, is this more to save his job? Probably, but this goes back to the question I've been asking all year. What was the purpose of bringing in Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston? Was this a gamble to have Russell Wilson? If he does good, if he could catch light in the bottle, great. I'll save my job for a year, then I'll develop Jaxson Dart and maybe give myself some more time. Well, the Lightning didn't have much amps in it, and now we have Jaxson Dart. And you have to ask yourself, why did we waste cap space on Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston? And what happens if Jaxson Dart is a flop for the rest of the year? If you gave Russell Wilson most of the reps in practice, what are you doing to Dart? You also got to ask yourself, if Jaxson Dart is a flop, was it because the same offensive line you've been trying to rebuild for 10 years is still the same crappy offensive line that we've had in the past 10 years? Again, I will give you the Sam Darnold case where he played with the Jets, he left, he went to Minnesota, had a great year. The team gave him a great line, he flourished. Daniel Jones goes to Indianapolis, and he's tearing it up right now. All those Giant fans that wanted Daniel Jones gone, and I said, he's never had an offensive line. And the 1 year he had an offensive line was the year he took them to the playoffs, and we upset the Vikings in the first round of the playoffs on the road. So here we are, Giant fans, same spot. What happens if Russell Wilson goes down? I mean, if Jaxson Dart goes down, do we see Russell Wilson again, or do we bring in Jameis Winston? Because I'm seeing the same team as I did last year. A team with no offensive line, who spent about $500 million in quarterbacks. Exaggerating, I know. A defense that's getting tired because too many 3-and-outs. This thing can go bad really fast. I was actually optimistic this year about the Giants. We're 0-3. Jim Harbaugh's coming to town, who's got a good team. We have the second toughest schedule in the league, only behind the Raiders, I believe. Can we ruin Jaxson Dart in the process for a coach who may not be around next year? Or is Russell Wilson maybe just a has-been? I know I saw Chris Canty, former Giant, go on the on a rampage this morning about how Russell Wilson has been a non-existing quarterback for the last 4 years now. He may have a point now. So, right now, if you're a Giant fan, you got to hope that's the case for the rest of the year. Then you ask yourself, well, he was such a wash-up, why they bring him in the first place? Why did you sign both him and Winston when that money could have been better spent on getting better offensive linemen? Comments down below what you'd like to know. Well, Big Blue fans, here we go. Let's hope that Russell Wilson is washed up. Because if not, then the Giants failed to do the same thing this year as they have in the last 10 years. Develop an offensive line. And I hope we don't ruin another quarterback in the process or watch Jaxson Dart leave and go somewhere else to flourish the way we've seen Daniel Jones right now doing. All right, let's go Big Blue. Giant fans, keep the faith. We'll talk to you later.